So let's go on with the whole year of 2016, shall we?
Yeah, so what do we want to start first? The Harambe shooting, mass death celebrities, or or the Leonardo DiCaprio?
Well, Harambe, all I have to say is rest in peace. That was an undeserved death, and
Well, do you remember how it all went down, or just the next? Well, I know Harambe was with a kid, and decided to shoot the animal
well, no,
because he's in danger.
the kid found his way into the cage, because then the parents weren't even looking.
Hmm?
They weren't even going. Didn't even pay attention to what was going on with
that
him.
was bad parenting right there.
Like his death would have been avoided if his parents knew what he was doing.
Was aware of where their child was going.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, and I can't imagine being that kid now. Like, poor kid, he was like the cause of all this, and like I wonder like people like would like know who he is and be like, you killed Harambe. Like, I think he'd be scolded for the rest of his
Well,
life.
what if, one could have wondered, well, I think they did this. I could be wrong. I'll have to look back on that podcast with Antonio and Kevin Castle, but might as well send down someone to rescue the kid and separate him from Harambe. And if Harambe doesn't attack, then don't shoot. But if he does, then just tranquilize him. Don't kill him.
Oh, but anyways, what else?
What, now I want to talk about mass celebrity deaths.
Well, also like a tragedy that happened this year. This year was the biggest one I think this year was the Orlando shooting, the nightclub, where I forgot his name.
Yes.
He shot like a whole bunch of them, probably like 30 something.
I believe, homosexual club, or this.
Was it a gay club? I can't remember.
I don't know if it was a gay club or if it was just mainly people that were homosexual in the club. I forgot which one it is.
Maybe one of those.
Either one.
But yeah, it was still. I think it was like the biggest tragedy that happened this year. There were others, but I think this was the biggest one.
More or less the biggest shooting. And it was in a club, not in a school.
Yeah. What else this year? Well, yeah, I guess you touched on Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, I kind of touched on that.
You met all the way back in winter.
Yeah, if you want to see my reaction and my whole thing about Leonardo DiCaprio winning, one of the videos is the Oscar goes to Leonardo DiCaprio on there. But yeah, I was,
one of the greatest moments of this entire year for you. No, for us, for everyone that's a fan of Leo. It was about time, and he finally did it.
Yep. It was very bizarre. Another bizarre thing happening this year was the Chicago Cubs winning the World Series.
108 years was worth the wait. And what a game. Well, wait, did you see the game?
I didn't watch the entire game, but I only saw the ending.
I was I was almost in the sense of having a heart attack because it was so close. Like, oh no, who's going to get it? Both guys are kind of weak and exhausted right now. They went past 9 innings. I believe went all the way to the 12th. So, yeah, this was tons of endurance. Like, I don't know what was going to happen, but I'm so glad the Cubs made it and finally got the win. Hey, it's worth it.
And of course, you kind of have to mention this. I know a lot of people are. I know this is like controversial for everybody, but of course, with the whole election and the obvious winner, everybody knows it's Donald Trump as our next president of the United States. That we all found out. This whole election has been crazy this whole year.
The craziest election
that in my opinion really has divided this country. I mean, I don't want to really get into that. I'm trying not to. I try not to talk about politics. I try not to talk about politics too much and get really into this. I just want to kind of throw that out there.
I'm sure Trump will do well. Oh wait, by the way, who'd you vote for?
I didn't vote for.
You said you didn't vote.
So I can't. I can't. So honestly, I can't really say. Like, I can't really like give my whole opinion on who I thought was like the better fit because like
you didn't vote
because I'm not thrilled of Trump, but like I'm like not like
he's not Hillary.
Yeah, I mean I'm not saying I'm a Trump supporter or anything, but I'm just not gonna give my whole opinion on that because it's it's not something I really want to like go in depth about.
Well, let's see how things turn out the next 4 years of his run. I'm sure it'll turn out promising.
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I guess we'll go with the mass celebrity deaths.
And just to throw this out there for the last time, I'm still hopefully China goes into the Hall of Fame next year.
Yeah, well, we talked about wrestling for a little bit. We'll, the biggest wrestling death was China this year. Good thing it was the only biggest. I mean, there were a lot of wrestling deaths that happened this year.
Yes,
not as much as celebrity deaths, but there have been
pretty much so. Although I recall hearing drug overdose, were China's leading to her death.
Yeah, she was on some heavy medication. I think she took too much,
and then leading to Triple H and Stephanie being all sympathetic, like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Come on. After all that tension, she wanted to come back.
But I mean, like, you had to close her out. I understand. Like I understand, wanting to show compassion for a person that just passed away, but show how you really feel. I mean, come on, like I'm sure. Like, I know you're trying to be professional and everything, but but we all know for a fact that was all just to be professional and just all for show.
I can only wonder what X-Pac tweeted about that statement. No, I'm sure I believe you told me, or I already saw a statement based on that from X-Pac. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I can't remember what he said, but he said some heartfelt thing about it, I think.
Well, at least he was more honest compared to what Triple H and stuff had to say.
Oh, yeah, he's got no one, he doesn't have to be professional or anything. He doesn't work. He doesn't even work for WWE.
Unless he was given a Legends contract or something like that.
I don't even think he has it, because he hasn't been seen since WrestleMania 31.
Oh yeah, true.
But anyways, moving on. Blackjack Mulligan passed away this year. Who was also the father of Barry Windham.
Mr. Fuji.
Mr. Fuji passed away.
I didn't even know he was. I believe he was. I believe he was younger than I thought he was, but no, he was actually in his 80s. When I originally thought, he might have been in his 60s or 70s, but no.
Yeah, I think he was in his 80s.
Back in the 90s, he was in his 60s, which took me about whoa, he looks younger than I thought. I believe he was in his at least mid-40s at the time, but okay then.
Balls Mahoney passed away. He was only in his early 40s.
BCW Zombie also passed away as well.
Oh, well, who remembers that?
Wait, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Was it the first episode of BCW that the Sandman faced?
Oh,
God. But I think that's about it. That's as far as I remember that passed away. Superstars.
Yeah, but after actual celebrities, we lost the greatest boxer of all time, Muhammad Ali. We lost.
That was kind of one of the biggest losses of this year.
Although it was coming though, because
unfortunately, we hate to say that you see deaths coming, but you could see it coming.
But hey, I'll take any traditional death than young unexpected deaths any day, because at least you lived a long life.
Yeah, and same thing too goes for Gene Wilder, who's also one of my favorites, but you kind of saw it coming because he was getting to that age. I believe he was in his 80s. I didn't even think he was that old, to be honest, but it was his time. And, it's still sad that he had to go, but it was his time. And he was definitely one of my favorite comedians, a guy that I grew up watching and, laughed at everything he did.
And now joins Robin Williams.
Yeah, and you look at musicians too. It's been a horrible year for musicians. You got Prince, who passed away.
David Bowie.
Yeah, David Bowie earlier. You got Prince. Most recently, actually this month, or I think last week, George Michael from Wham. He passed away at 53. I think there was other singers. I can't remember who else.
I'm not familiar with it.
But definitely actors and actresses, too, haven't been a great year. Alan Rickman, who's, a lot of people know. Most people know him for Professor Snape, but I think a lot of people definitely remember him as Hans Gruber from Die Hard. It's one of my personal favorite movies.
But the last biggest one to hit before the year comes to close was the passing of of Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, we might as well mention that.
Just after we saw Rogue One a week earlier.
It's
No,
yeah,
not a week earlier. A few days ago.
yeah, or actually last week.
Wait, we saw it on Friday. Today. Oh wow, it was a week ago. Wow,
Yeah.
that was quick.
So yeah, we lost Carrie Fisher. That was like the most shocking. I was scared because I saw last week that she had a heart attack, and then I heard that she was in stable condition. So I was like, oh, that's a relief. But then I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday actually. Yeah, I think it was Tuesday. It was announced that she passed away, and oh man, that was such a shame. And I heard too that she had a relapse. She got back into drugs, which I'm like, which is
that's just a horrible way to go out.
But at least she finished filming Star Wars Episode 8.
I was gonna mention that she had a big role for Episode 8, but
but she finished. They finished filming before.
Yes,
that.
Just like what they did with Paul Walker before Fast 7.
I wonder, like, if the original plans for Episode 9 are going to be scratched or not.
No. I'm sure they're gonna find a way to. Okay, they're either gonna do two things. Although one of them is not gonna be that good, but they're either gonna CGI Princess General Leia for Episode 9, or number 2, they're going to.
Which they did for Rogue One.
Wait, what?
Which they did for Rogue One.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Oh,
another tribute, but actually showing Princess Leia at the end.
Yeah, no, but I'm also talking about that guy, that old guy, General Tarkin, who was always with Darth Vader.
Oh, you mean the guy in white?
No, the other guy, the old guy. He had like kind of a big nose. He was old looking.
He passed away.
Gray hair. He passed away like a while ago, like 20 years ago, and he was in the original. He was in like Episode 4, and they CGI'd him back as that character.
Okay, then.
Which was really interesting, but we'll get into Rogue One, the spoiler version, in a minute.
Oh, why is it like something else is missing? But I guess that's all. Oh yeah, more or less. Yeah, might as well do a tribute to Princess Leia. I mean, General Leia come Episode 9. Well, they might do it. No,
I think 8. They'll after during the credits they'll say in memory of Carrie Fisher.
Yes.
But yeah, it was being a Star Wars fan and growing up watching her as Princess Leia. It definitely I would say it gives you that realization. It's like, wow, a lot of people that I've grew up with is disappearing before my eyes.
We can't lose Luke or Han Solo, at least not yet.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure they're not going away for a while.
We can't lose those guys.
Yeah, I don't think they're going away for a while.
Especially for Episode 8. Come on, Luke's gonna be training Rey. So what? Luke goes out, and then what's next? I'm not sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it's such a shame that Carrie Fisher had to go so soon. She was only 60. It's still very not very young, but it's still too soon.
Still had 20 years left in at least.
Yeah, 20 or 30 years at least. But yeah, I was really shocked, and it kind of ruined my whole day at that time. And then the next day, her mother, Debbie Reynolds, who also was an actress in the 50s, 60s. I remember watching her in Singing in the Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the next day, she passed away from a stroke.
I know, it sucks.
And it was also because of I guess she had the stroke because it was stress, brought on by stress from Carrie Fisher passing away. So I think that's what did it. Grief could kill you too.
Well, it's not similar to what happened to Johnny Cash because of heartbreak.
Was it? I can't really remember.
Well, I guess I have to look that up just a little bit more,
but yeah, definitely it's such a bad year, such a bad time to close out the year. But hopefully that closes at least all deaths.
I'm sure.
Or not all celebrity deaths, but
we can name them all, but just some of the bigger celebrities, of course.
Yeah, but it's been a bad year for celebrities, definitely.
Well, I'm sure 2017 will turn out much better.
Yeah, I mean, personally for me, it's been a pretty good year for me. But but for the media world and celebrities, it's
Not
not
so
been
much.
not been a good year.